The stadium lights flickered like they were nervous. Nervous, because something unbelievable was about to happen, something that even baseball itself wasn't prepared for. For a moment, the world felt strangely silent, as if every breath across the stadium and every heartbeat across millions of screens froze at the exact same time. Game 7 of the World Series wasn't supposed to look like this. Not with the Dodgers bullpen exhausted. Not with the season balanced on the edge of a blade. And definitely not with a newcomer, fresh from Japan, carrying expectations heavier than the moment itself, walking out of the bullpen. But that's exactly where the legend began. When the door swung open and Yamamoto Yoshinobu stepped out, the crowd didn't roar. They gasped. It wasn't the moment for cheering. It was the moment before a storm, when the sky darkens, the wind pauses, and everyone knows that something is coming, but no one knows how big it will be. Yamamoto didn't run. He didn't jog. He walked. Slow, controlled, unshaken. Not the stride of a rookie. The stride of a man who had decided, quietly, ruthlessly, that he would carry the weight of the season on his shoulders. Every camera lens zoomed in, searching for fear in his eyes. They didn't find any. His expression held something far more dangerous, certainty. The Dodgers dugout leaned forward like a single living creature. Even the veterans, men who had tasted pressure for a decade, watched him with a kind of hopeful disbelief. Because everyone understood the stakes. One mistake here, and the season dies. The opposing lineup wasn't just strong, they were explosive, hungry, smelling blood in a bullpen running on fumes. But Yamamoto, he looked like he'd been waiting for this exact moment his entire life. As he climbed the mound, the stadium felt smaller, quieter, tighter, almost like the world was holding its breath for him. He placed his foot on the rubber with the same calm precision that had defined his rise in Japan. But this was different. This was the World Series. Game 7. A global spotlight hot enough to melt lesser men. The first pitch left his hand like lightning disguised as leather. The batter didn't swing. He couldn't. The ball was already in the catcher's glove before his brain finished telling his hands to move. Strike 1. The stadium didn't explode. It trembled. Pitch after pitch, Yamamoto carved through the strike zone with the cold efficiency of a surgeon and the ferocity of a warrior who had crossed an ocean for this exact moment. The hitters weren't just late. They were overwhelmed. Every fastball felt faster. Every splitter fell sharper. Every breaking ball bent like it defied the laws of physics. It didn't feel real. Commentators whispered in awe. Fans stared with mouths open. His teammates forgot how to blink. Because this wasn't relief pitching. This was domination. This was an announcement. This was the night Yamamoto Yoshinobu told the baseball world, "I am here." 1 inning became 2. 2 became 3. And with every step back to the dugout, he looked more unstoppable. He didn't shout. He didn't pump his fists. He didn't need to. His silence was louder than any celebration. By the time he returned to the mound for what felt like the do-or-die inning, the opposing team's confidence was gone, evaporated like water thrown onto the sun. They weren't trying to win anymore. They were trying to survive. But even survival was too much to ask. Because then came the pitch. The one that would live forever. The one that MLB would later call the most impressive play of the year. Bases threatening. Crowd shaking. Tension thick enough to cut. And Yamamoto unleashed a splitter so violent, so impossibly sharp, that the batter's swing didn't just miss. It collapsed. The ball dove under the bat, into the dirt, into the catcher's glove, and into history. The stadium didn't cheer. It erupted. Teammates hammered the railing. Cameras shook. Voices cracked. But Yamamoto, he simply exhaled, as if he expected this all along. That pitch sealed the inning. That inning saved the game. And that game sealed a championship. When the final out of Game 7 was recorded, the field flooded with players, confetti, and a lifetime of dreams all bursting into reality at once. But in the middle of the chaos stood one man, quiet, steady, almost impossibly calm, the man who turned a moment of desperation into a moment of legend. That night, MLB didn't just witness great pitching. It witnessed a transformation. A rookie became a hero. A pitcher became a symbol. And a relief appearance became the #1 play of the entire season. Because baseball isn't just about power. It's about courage, character, the unshakable will to step into the biggest moment, and perform like you were born for it. And on that night, in World Series Game 7, Yoshinobu Yamamoto did exactly that. He didn't just save the Dodgers. He wrote a chapter of baseball history with every pitch he threw. A chapter no one will forget.